Welcome to the making of a DM. One of the biggest mistakes I've made in my life and businesses. This mistake caused me a lot of heartache, financial distress, and prosperity in many levels. And once I understood what I'm about to share with you, it will change your life if you implement it. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it. To discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker. But I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your host, Mark Evans, DM. Today's a little bit different. I'm actually recording today in the late PM. I was downstairs in the cigar lounge, smoking a cigar, sipping on some red wine, and I had something come to me I need to share with you. It's something I keep asking myself as I thought on it. I thought on it often, daily, constantly, and it's something that keeps popping up, and it's something I think could help you a lot. I've had the benefit of being in business for over 25 plus years, have a lot of different experiences with many different types of personalities through that process of selling hundreds of millions of dollars of, businesses and assets and real estate and, e-com, et cetera. And this truly is one of the biggest. I kept asking myself, what is one of the biggest mistakes that I've made in my life and business over the years? And this is one of them. And it's one that has crippled me. It's cost me millions, probably hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, because there's a compound effect that takes place with what I'm about to share with you. And the faster you can nip this in the ass, the better off you're going to be. And I tell you what, I'm being honest with you. I literally am out of bed, sitting out back by the pool, pacing. You might hear some birds chirping, or actually it's not birds now, it's crickets, because it's pretty late out. But this is a message I have to get to you in your ear. Open your heart, open your mind to this, because I promise you, this is one of the biggest pieces that's cost me so much heartache, so much money. And if you can start working on this, because this is a work in progress. I still suffer with it sometimes, but it's a work in progress. So you might be thinking, Mark, what the hell are you talking about? I'm glad you asked. But before I answer that, I just want to give a big shout out and tell you guys, thank you so much. Recently, I shared a post about a big loss we had and kind of what happened. Just keep your feet moving. I'm not going to change for anybody. I'm going to keep being me. I'm just going to learn from it. And I didn't fall victim. I became a victor. It sucked. Lost over $2 million on a situation. It is what it is. You just got to keep these feet moving. But I had lots and lots of people reach out to me via text, via email, via social media, direct messaging me saying, what's up, man? If you need anything, let me know. I'm here for you. So you guys really are amazing, and I appreciate that. And not only that, all the amazing 5-star reviews we get on iTunes and Amazon. The book Meconomy is crushing it. I'm trying to get the audio book out for you guys sooner than later. We're working on now that, but it really is a lot of work to record that and edit it and clean it up and make it good listening, because I do not have that voice that makes it pop. And I wanted to make sure it hits home with you. So if you have not shared the podcast show, if you have not left a 5-star review, I would ask that you do that, please. I don't ask from anything really much from you, except just let people know what's up. And if this show helps you, give me a shout out and share it with them. You don't have to give me a shout out, just share it with them. And as we get I get a lot of cool messages from people that their buddy listened to the show, one of the shows, and he's like, dude, you got to listen to this crazy guy. And then they have amazing email to me, and it's pretty cool. But back to this main subject here. Again, like I said, the truth is it had me scared every single second of my life. And when I started working on this piece in my brain, and more importantly in my actions, a lot of cool things started happening. And even today, it's something, like I said, I'm continuously working on. And what is that thing? Well, the biggest thing this is understanding that it's not about the cost. It's about the value. You might be sitting there trying to build your business and you want A-plus players. We'll talk about that, how to get A-plus players for real. You might be sitting in your business in the beginning stages thinking every penny you save is a penny of opportunity. Not all pennies are created equal. I can promise you that. Because a lot of these things, I remember, this is God's honest truth. I remember I'd be driving in my truck, heading to a project, and I'd hear a commercial for T-Mobile. Sign up for 3 years and it's $26.99 a month or whatever the hell it was. I don't remember back then. And I literally would stop, change my entire day, go to fucking T-Mobile. If you guys ever been to these stores, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, it's a shit show in these places. And I would sit there for hours to save $5 a month and sign a 3-year contract and get a free phone upgrade and all this other shit. I thought I was saving money. See, I didn't really understand about the importance of time value. The commodity of time is the only commodity we could never get back. Money can and will come and go, right? But I used to cut all expenses. I would sit down, true story, every morning for an hour or two and every night for an hour or two, not asking myself, how the hell do I make more fucking money by getting more clients? But I'd waste all this emotional and mental energy and power on how to cut cost, how to save money, how to reduce my phone bill, how to cut down the staff, how to work them harder, how to shave off 2 pennies a square foot on shingles and go to this company as opposed to this company. I would disrupt my life. I'd fuck up my day. I'd fuck up my weeks and months to save 30 cents per square foot on shingles or siding or whatever the hell we were doing at that time, or flooring, or going to Home Depot and getting in a fight and going to the clearance rack and trying to get it cheaper and all this shit. I'd be fighting a guy. I'll never forget it, this gal. And I was like, dude, it says $17.99 in the fucking paper and you're trying to charge me $22. Like, I'm literally losing my shit in the store. This is a long time ago, by the way. It's like 96, 97. But I remember it because these are the embarrassing moments that hit me. I got my truck. I was shaking. I was so pissed because I ended up having to pay the $22 as opposed to $17. We're talking $5. But I was so fucking embarrassed at myself that I acted like such a fool. And I literally, I'm shaking, have my hands on the steering wheel, sitting in park, by the way, about to lose it. Like, literally about to just lose it. Who knows what was going on that day? Clearly a lot. But this is how I function. Or at least that's how I thought I functioned. That's how I was trained my entire life. I saw my parents and everyone around me my entire life negotiating, asking to save. Shut the door. What do you think? We were born in a barn? God damn it, shut the lights off, Mark. If not, next time you're going to get your ass kicked. What do you think? I'm made of money? What the hell do you think? Money grows on trees, Evans? Get out there and mow the lawn yourself, you little shit. I ain't got time for this. I'm working. I'm trying to make money. This is the stuff I had to deprogram. I saw my mom and dad, my grandparents, my cousins, my uncles, everyone I cared about my entire life. They were molding me subconsciously. So I was running my days as if I was them. I had to start, I got so embarrassed in that moment at Home Depot. I'm literally shaking in the truck and I was like, dude, is this what I want to be doing all my life? Keep in mind, I was 18 years old. And this took a long time, years. I'm still dealing with it. Years to really start understanding the thought audit process of how to deprogram. See, a lot of people talk about reprogramming. Dude, reprogramming is awesome, but I'm telling you right now, you have to, one, acknowledge it and then start deprogramming. I have to unwind 18 years, 19 years of my life. You might be 40 years old listening to this. You got to rewind 40 years of your fucking life to get to where you want to go. I want to ask you, how does this mindset serve you? How does it make you more money? Are you always frustrated with shitty people that work for you because you always want to pay least amount or middle road amount? Have you ever asked yourself, why the fuck does the Four Seasons exist? Why the fuck does top-notch party planner event people exist like MMJ that we use? How do people pay so much money to do an event for their staff when I could do it? Like, I remember going to an event and the guy told us it costs $300,000 to put this on. I smirked. I was like 20-something, 22, 23. I was at a mastermind group. I kind of smirked. I was like, shit, I could do this for $30,000. See, like Aramark, right? You got coffee in the back. It's $125 a gallon of coffee. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'll just go down to Starbucks or whatever back then, and I'll get it for $20 a gallon. No one would know. Just saved it. Boom. Just saved some money. Oh, man, I'll bring my own snacks in. I ain't paying fucking $12 a muffin. I'll pay $3 a muffin. Bring in my own shit. This is where I spent all my time on. I spent so much energy. I didn't ask myself how to create better CRMs, how to advertise better and get better KPI management in place so I could make more money on per call, per lead, per sell. What was the upsell process like? What was the extension model like when they came in at $12? How to get them to $24 to $72, et cetera? What was it like when I went to go bid windows, but I also did the garage doors and windows and siding and everything else? Oh, by the way, you need a landscaper, I got you covered. By the way, do you need a new place set? I got you covered. I got these people in my pocket that I'd get paid for. I had to ask myself, who do I want to be when I grow up? What does this look like? I used to be the guy trying to save money on sending emails. In 2005, mid-2005, March something of 2005, I learned about email marketing. I invested $50,000 to spend for a day. I'm starting to unwind myself from all my mental stuff. But I paid this guy 50 G's to teach me how to do a web page, like set up a squeeze page where you capture email and then send him an email. Back then, this was a way different animal. Now, shit, you can do it for free online on WordPress, probably. I don't know because I don't do it. But I pay people to do this shit now. But if you're trying to inch your way into it, and by the way, let me just stop this here for a second. I'm not saying go out and waste money, but what are you spending? Ask yourself, pay attention to yourself. Where are you spending a lot of your mental energy at? Oh, Jesus, that costs a lot of money. Oh, my God. Oh, I could get it cheaper somewhere else. You go on Amazon, you start searching, go down a rabbit hole. You're looking for something for $7. You search for 3 hours and find it for $6.49. And you're like, fucking winning. Dude, you just lost 3 hours of your life. More importantly, you're programming yourself to be that person. If you'll do that for 51 cents, what else would you do for $510, $5,100, $51,000, $510,000? You're fucked. Truly, you're fucked. Now, some of you listen might have a little bit of money in the bank. But I can tell you right now, you will never, ever be wealthy. Ever. It's impossible with that mindset. Even if you have money, like I said in the beginning of the show, I was always scared, overwhelmed, and frustrated. I saw the world through a different lens. I remember I used to go, this is a true story, I used to go to Longhorn Steakhouse. And I would convince myself, dude, it's just a fucking steak. It tastes okay. I like the bloomin' onion or whatever the hell they have, right? For a third of the price of the Hyde Park. But I was only focused on the cost. And I would lie my ass off to myself saying it's only a steak. Well, I can tell you damn well right now, 100%, it is not from the same butcher. It does not taste the same. The ambiance, the environment, and the type of people are not the same. I'm not saying you can't be wealthy going to fucking Longhorn. That'd be stupid to say. But I can tell you right now, the probability of opportunity at Hyde Park, which is a high-end steakhouse in Columbus, Ohio that I used to go to all the time, still do when I head back there. The probability of sitting at the bar and connecting with a big dog, sitting at dinner and people seeing you come through once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, however many. Truth is, I used to go 5-6 times a week. Ask my wife. True story. I would never have reservations. I'd walk in, hand them a $100 bill, and I magically had a reservation. Go figure. But people talk. I've realized that. I'm not trying to showboat and bullshit. This, by the way, I was like 25, 6, 7 years old then. This is a long time ago. I understood the game that I was living in. I wasn't trying to disrupt. Truth is, I was trying to disrupt my brain. But once I figured out what I'm sharing with you a little bit, I started leaning into it more. Like I've talked about publicly, I had a mentor tell me one time, like, dude, if you don't fly first class, you do not come back to this mastermind group ever again. Keep in mind, I was flying back and forth from Cali. I was out in Cali. We were traveling, me and my wife for a long time then, and we were out on the West Coast a lot. And every quarter, boom, I was scared. See, I was taking it in baby steps. I was chunking it out. He was realizing it because he's a great mentor. That's what great mentors do. They push you when you need to be pushed. They don't pussyfoot around. They guide you. They tell you what you want to hear, what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Mark, great job, man. No, it's like, dude, don't fucking show up if you don't fly first class. I need to see the tickets. Now, respectfully, I flew first class. True story. Ever since that moment, I've never not flown first class or private now. I haven't flown first class for a long time. I've been flying private for many years now. But it's an evolution process. It's all mindset. Now, I'm not saying everything I'm just talking about, like if you change just one piece, your world changes drastically, but you will see a massive, drastic change in your life. It's interesting when I see people come in and make an investment in the thing like the e-com store, say 40, 50 grand, whatever it is at the time. And they're like, dude, that's a lot of money. Huh? You understand, I used to be that person. If 40 grand's a lot of money, that's the fucking problem. 40 grand's not a lot of money at all. Compared to who? Compared to what? You're in a life-altering situation. Is $40,000 a lot of money to save your life? Yes or no? No. $40,000 for a lollipop may be a lot of money. But for something that could produce double-digit returns, you're looking at the investment wrong. I see so many great people have access to a little bit of capital, either through their HELOC, their home loan, or their house equity, right? Or maybe they have cash in their 401k or self-directed, whatever, and they just can't pull the trigger because they think everything's, oh my God, that's a lot. Oh, I can never do, that's so much money. Have you just ever asked yourself, why the fuck does it exist then if it doesn't work? Why does the Four Seasons exist if it's a lot of money? Now listen, I'm a professional Hojo person. I don't know how many nights I've stayed in Howard Johnson's. Most of you listening might not even know what the hell that is. It's a cheap-ass hotel off the track, beaten path. I would justify it by saying, but Mark, all you're doing is sleeping there and showering, and that's it. And then I test my bullshit. I stay at the Four Seasons in Palm Beach, Florida. If you've never been, you should go. But nightly room, and we're staying anywhere from $1,800 to $2,500 a night. Oh my, that's a lot of money. See, there you go. What'd you just hear? Say $2,500 a night. Is that a lot or little? Well, it depends. Depends on what lens you're looking through. Now, I'm not going, listen, when I go anywhere, I'm thinking about how to grow me and my life and my business and luxury. So that's my mindset initially. Now, but as I'm sitting at Four Seasons, it's happening, it's popping off, it's through the winter, and I'm hanging out at the pool with my wife and son at the time, and I'm drinking a glass of rosé around the pool. Actually, I'm in the pool. And I'm talking to my son. People are watching me play with him. I'm watching their kid. You know, by the way, when you're at these kind of environments, it's not judgment. Listen, if you don't think people judge you, you're full of shit already. But like, it's not a non-judgmental, but like, we're thinking, what the fuck's this guy doing that could be here? That's what I think anyways. Keep in mind, I'm a hillbilly from Ohio. So What the hell do they do? I genuinely want to know. So I have to get uncomfortable. As I'm sitting here playing with my son, Mark accidentally bumps into this other guy's kid and say, hey, man, sorry, buddy. Hey, by the way, how long you in for? Oh, man, I'm here for 5 days. Cool, man. Where are you from? New York. Awesome. That's cool. How many kids you got? 3. Stevie, Johnny, and Jenny. That's awesome. That's my son, Mark. He's 2.5, 3 years old. What do you do? In these kind of environments, this is normal conversation. I've never met a business owner that says, I don't do anything. I don't do a whole lot. He's like, dude, I actually own blah, I can't tell you the domain. A $250 million a year company. Me, my dad, and my brother started 12 years ago. I was like, dude, that's awesome. I've actually bought from your domain, and it's very clean. It's functional. And if you go search my name, you'd see I've spent some decent money with you guys. He said, man, thank you. That's awesome. I appreciate that. I'm like, dude, just keep it up. It's great marketing. He's like, what do you do? Well, I'm an investor. I own multiple companies in media, real estate, e-com, etc. Different niches inside of you because there's multiple verticals in e-com, right? He actually owned a brand, massive, massive brand. And all he did, truthfully, is he just like rotated product through his cycle. He just had a big following, big domain, and made a lot of money. So naturally, he asked me, and we start talking. He's like, and I've never met anybody that says, dude, I don't want to do real estate. Everyone wants to learn about real estate investing. It's just natural. Like, we understand real estate. Why? Because we live in a fucking house or an apartment, or we live somewhere, and we understand it costs money every month. And we're asking ourselves how to get on the other side of that money play. If I'm given $5,000 a month for rent, how do I get $5,000 a month? How do I collect that? So as we start talking, what happens after that? Hey, man, what's your cell number, Mark? Boom, boom, boom. I have access to the president, his father, and his brother in literally a 15-minute conversation at the Four Seasons. By the way, this is not an anomaly. This happens pretty much on every single fucking occasion I'm there. Some are worth more, some are worth less, but they're worth more money than I ever thought even existed. When I was growing up in small town Ohio, thinking about cost, not value. Do you think, and again, I've been in a lot of shitty hotels, a lot of them. I've personally never had a conversation like that my entire life at any of them. Ever. At the bar, and I'm talking random, through the pool, at the bar, or whatever. Most of the time, I'm like, talk to these guys or gals, and I'm like, yeah, just rolling through, man. Got a job I got to do. Got to get out to the field and get some work done. Again, I'm not talking down to them. I'm just saying that's not where the fuck I want to be. So why am I, and by the way, it's very cordial. I love people in general. So, but like, if I'm sitting there for me, trying to get to the next level, but I'm constantly hanging down on the low level, how do I expect to get to the top level? This was the constant cycle I was living in my life. I was so frustrated. I was so angry that I couldn't step it up. And again, you got to understand, my entire life I was told, save dollars, save pennies. Every penny counts. Every penny counts. I'm not saying it doesn't, but every penny is not created equal. True story, if I couldn't go stay at a Four Seasons, I wouldn't even go stay at a hotel. Not only that, I know a lot of people stay at Airbnbs and all that shit. Awesome. Go to the higher end ones. Go to the higher end communities. They have higher end community pools. They have higher community polo fields or soccer or, golf, etc. If you want to gain access to high level people, go where things cost money. They realize value. And I'm not saying I have this figured out yet 100%. But I can tell you this, as I do more and more and learn, it does make a massive, massive difference. Have you ever seen like a thief? Have you ever seen like a thief and you're like watching and you're like, dude, if that thief would work as hard as he did doing the right thing, he would be so much better off. He'd have more money and he wouldn't have to look over his shoulder. That reminds me of me trying to count pennies and save dollars. I was a thief of my joy. I was a thief of my financial future. I was a thief of I couldn't enjoy anything. Everything was about the dollar. Every fucking thing. It drove me. I'm getting anxious talking about everything. Was about the dollar. I was a thief. I was a thief of my joy and my future. I was sitting there racking my brain dude, I used to do a lot of direct mail in the tens of thousands of dollars. Let's say $10,000 a month. I literally, by the way, when you're focused only on cost, loyalty is non-existent in your life. You're a fucking whore for dollars and pennies. I was. I never even realized it. I would ruin a relationship over pennies. I remember this direct mail company was charging me 42 cents for a postcard. Keep in mind, I would send 10,000 of these postcards or 20,000 postcards a month, and I'd make 6 figures a month, gross and net, actually. But I was so laser in focused on the wrong number. I tried to get it for 40 cents, actually 39 cents. And I changed companies for 3 fucking pennies. True story. For 3 pennies. And guess what happened? My first and second month and third month after I switched, I made less money than I've ever made. And sending that amount of postcards. They were sending the wrong postcards to the wrong people. They were sending postcards that didn't have numbers. Because I was so focused on cost, I never really realized the value that company was providing me. Great service. I could call them and have them on the phone in a second. They would actually answer. They would send me, examples of what we're going to send out this week so I could approve them. They're very hands-on. But I wasn't thinking about that. I was so focused on saving 3 pennies. Pretty stupid, huh? Reminds me of my pops, my mom, everyone I grew up with. Gas prices, $3 a gallon. 12 miles away, $2.96. But the line's 3 hours long. We got to go over there. It's cheaper. It's cheaper. It's disgusting to me. Again, by the way, my parents didn't do this on purpose. They've been trained, just like I was. I just had the mental fortitude to want to change, to ask myself a different question. I had to get so stupid and embarrassed at that Home Depot, I actually had to make a change. I was not happy. I was not happy at all. I had money coming in. It wasn't staying long. I ruined a lot of amazing relationships over the years in the beginning because I focused on cost. I'd beat up the title companies in the real estate side to save an extra $20 on a closing. A closing. If $20 is changing the game at a closing on a property that I'm about to make $25,000 on, I'm a loser. I see people right now. I know a guy right now, literally, this guy's a good dude, but he has the same problem. By the way, this is financial PTSD at the highest level. It's a real thing. And he will not send a wire because it costs $40 for him. And this guy sends real wires, like 7-figure wires. If he sent wires. Instead, he goes to the bank and gets a check for $10 or $5, whatever the bank checks cost. I don't even know because I haven't done one of those things for fucking ever. I used to be this person. There was a guy in my office building. His name was Ted. Oh, awesome guy. Owned the title company. Right downstairs at my title. And I would always beat him up. Great guy. Amazing family guy. Would do anything to get the deal closed to help you. But I always renegotiated the price at closing. Because that's how I thought I would win the game of life. By cutting $20 here, $10 there, $13 there. I never looked long-term at the relationship capital. I never looked at the deals that I never got to do because I was working with the wrong people. See, when it's transactional, no one gives a fuck. You've beat them down so hard, they actually almost like the universe is like, I'm going to prove to this little fucker until he figures this out This ain't how it works. So if you think you're getting ahead of life by doing this silly bullshit, by cutting every corner, cutting costs, fighting people down $3 here, $10 there, you're losing out. I promise. Why would I want to see you win if you're beating me up every time we talk? Well, man, that's just the way I do it. Well, you're not doing business with me then. Because there's fuckers that say that. Well, that's just the way it is. No, fucker, that's the way it is in your life, not my life. My price is my price. If you don't like it, get the fuck out of here. I don't care. You think Four Seasons built this multi-billion-dollar brand by jackasses coming in? Dude, I would never pay $2,500 a night. I'd go down the street for $325 a night. Well, why the fuck are you in here telling me? I don't care. Get over there. It's wasted energy. All this energy and emotion and drive is the thief of happiness, the thief of progression, the thief of your next level. It's always funny to me when I talk about the Dealmaker family. It's $50,000 a year. Oh my God, there's another mastermind. It's $35,000 a year. Okay. So join them both. Make a conclusion on which one's better for you. Oh, yeah. Like, keep in mind, everyone's a big fucking baller until you toss the money out, right? Or the dollar amount. And then they join none because they're looking for a cheaper one. Well, this guy's $15,000. What's different about you? Nothing. Clearly nothing. The only difference is my price. But what they forget to figure out is their business model is churn and burn. My business model is relationship capital. True story. Today, I sent a guy 650 G's that's in the DM family because he's in the DM family for a deal. I would not do that to any Tom, Dick, and Harry off the street. I wouldn't do it to someone that didn't invest in themselves with me in the DM family. Another guy, 100 G's. Another guy, 1 million. Another guy texting back and forth, he needs 500 G's for a day. That shit doesn't happen when you price cut people. I would have zero desire to do it. I would say, nope, not interested. Thank you. But I get to know my people. I actually understand where their weaknesses are and their strengths are. I want to show them how to elevate and guide them to the next level. Many different levels. Not just business and financial. I'm talking about family. I'm talking about goals in life. You understand, like, it's cool because in the DM fam right now, lots of guys have made millions of dollars extra this year with some stuff we've been sharing in there. Lots of, pretty much all of them, I believe, have made over $1 million minimum just this year alone, on top of everything else they're doing and expanding. But what's cool is I get excited because one guy just posted his dream home in there. He's designed it. It's coming to fruition in 2023. It's in motion. They're cutting down the land right now. It's in motion. That shit excites me. This guy's a fucking winner. He's not a whiner. He's a winner. Another guy bought his dream car. Actually, 4 guys have bought their dream car this year in the DM family. That's where they're at in their life. They're ready. Who's told you to join a 50K mastermind group? Who's told you to stay at the Four Seasons? Who's told you to buy your dream car? By the way, everything I'm telling you should do is invest in yourself. Invest in your dream. Invest in your mind. Invest in your time. Everyone's talking about hustling and hustling and hustling. That's awesome. But hustle on what? Are you going to hustle at the fucking Howard Johnson or hustle at the Four Seasons? I promise you the outcome will be drastically different. I'll put $1 million and guarantee it will be drastically different if you're hustling, if you're connecting. The caliber of people, once they're already investing in themselves at $2,500, I mean, there's rooms in there probably $10,000 a night, maybe more, right? It's interesting. I remember in Chicago, I was young, and I was meeting this guy for a meeting, and he rented out Al Pacino's room. It was like, I want to say $12,000 a night. I can't remember. I remember him telling me, and I was like, holy shit, are you serious? He's like, yeah, man, just for the meeting, we'll drink whatever, hang out, whatever. We're going to shoot some videos. And He's like, then I gotta get back home. He lived there. And I was like, what? I was like, dude, can I stay in this room? He's like, yeah, I mean, I already paid for it, so whatever. So this is when I was staying in the same hotel, but then the $500 basement room, literally. And I stayed in this room, 2-story, amazing. And I felt different. I asked myself, how can this be my norm? See, what I've known about myself and other people is we've come to accept things as the norm. It's the way it is. It's just the way it is. It's the way it's supposed to be. I was not dealt that hand, therefore it won't happen to me. And if you think like that, you're the thief. Stealing from yourself. Like, go look in the mirror. It's the biggest thief you know. Look at your wife or your husband. Look at your kids. Look at your friends, your family, people that you want to help in life. And know every time you act like I'm talking about, focusing so much on cost, forgetting about value, you're stealing from them. You could solve your problems by focusing on making more money. Any problem you have right now, if it takes money to solve it, can be solved through this mindset shift. And if you don't do it now, when do you do it? Seriously, when do you do it? If not now, then when? No one's going to do it for you, by the way, right? No one. I always focused on the wrong shit. Again, that's how I was taught. It's how I taught. It's funny to me right now, we live in a world where things are more expensive, in particular, real estate. And there's so many people that are in the real estate game that just cannot wrap their head around investing more money in the same asset that was $300,000 a year ago. Now it's $425 because it's worth, when they retail it's going to be worth $600. They literally have, like, you see it in stocks and crypto all the time. Dude, like, for example, I remember I invested a lot of money in ADA. When I say a lot, at least 7 figures. I know a lot of people are like, dude, I put a lot of money in it. It's like fucking $5,000. It's not a lot of fucking money at $5,000. But again, if you think $5,000 is a lot of money, it's not. If you think $50,000 is a lot of money, it's not. Truth is, $1 million, it's not a lot of money on the grand scheme of things. And I'm not saying, again, not be risky and not fucking bet the farm on everything. But dude, I do that shit. I bet the fucking farm all the time. I'm in the game of life to win this shit. So I digress. I put a decent amount of money in ADA out the gate at 38 cents. Now, keep in mind, it just ran from like 4 cents to 38 cents and like very quickly. And my guy, I looked at the chart. I'm like, dude, fuck, it's already played out. I'm done, lost the opportunity. And I hired a coach, paid him $12,000, maybe more. I don't remember because it doesn't matter, to get on the phone with me for a couple hours and walk me through the process. Now, when I say I'm fucking dumb with this stuff, that's an understatement. I literally don't know what wallets to download. He needs to take a pic of the app to show me the app to download. I have zero clue, but I hired him to walk me through the process. And he's like, buy this coin. It's going up. I said, are you sure? He's like, why would you fucking pay me and ask me that question? Noted. Bought, doubled money in like 42 days. Actually, no, it's a lie. Less than 30. He's like, buy more. But wait, it's over $1. Buy more, Mark. It's going up. I threw another 7 figs in. No. Yeah. What did I do? 7? Yeah, because at that point it was $1 million. It was, yes. I put at least $1 million more in crypto. And I was like, dude, like, are you sure? He's like, trust me. Today it's 2.25. $2.25. Less than a year. But again, in real estate, they're doing the same shit. Dude, I could have bought that house for $150,000 in 2016. Hey, fuckwad, it's 2021. Why didn't you? And it doesn't matter what you coulda, shoulda, woulda. It didn't fucking happen. Are you going to repeat the same process? This goes on and on and on. In every industry. Housing, building, right? Same thing with Hex. Got in less than a penny. Today it's 42 cents. They're talking it's going to dollar. I have many millions and millions of coins. Many. The old Mark would have never done that. A penny? I mean, it's got to be risky. I mean, dude, go online. You see what it says. Dude, where are you pulling the information from online? Who are you listening to? The guy at Longhorn? The gal at fucking getting blasted on whatever those little wine bottles are over at the Hojo? Or are you hanging with guys that are bouncing around fucking their sidecars or Rolls Royces, hanging out at $2,500 minimum night rooms, etc.? If you don't think this shit matters, you're absolutely a fucking thieving from yourself. You can't stay in these rooms. And again, let's get this out of the way. Not everyone is amazing at the Four Seasons. Not everyone's terrible at the fucking Hojo. I'm just saying on a global level, I promise you, you get in a room where money's flowing like water, like it's just absolutely amazing. And you have conversations with people. These conversations will be drastically different at the Four Seasons as opposed to Howard Johnson or the Holiday Inn or whatever. Same thing with Longhorn Steakhouse or Hyde Park or your high-end steakhouse where you live. Are you willing to change who you are to become who you want? That's the question. Everyone wants the fucking big office, the big house, the big cars, the big bank accounts, the big team, the big business, the big money making. Very fucking few of you listening to my voice have what it takes at this point. You've been trained wrong. And now you're an adult, so you either fucking accept it and just think it's the way it is, Mark. Well, it's the way it is for you. I can tell you can get out of this rut. It's not easy. You're going to be dry heaving a lot. You're going to be pushing boundaries you didn't even know existed. But you got to get in around people that hold you accountable to becoming a better you. But first, you got to commit to yourself. You got to do the work. I call it thought auditing. I want you to pay attention over the next 7 days. When you go to make an investment in yourself, when you go to buy the book online, do you shop for the better price? When every behavior you have about spending money, I want you to pay attention. I want you to pay attention. How do you feel? How'd you make your decision? Why did you buy the $17 bottle of wine as opposed to the $42 bottle of wine? I know why. It all tastes the same. I want you to understand there's another level out there, many other levels. But when you unlock what I'm sharing with you, you will be at a whole nother world. You'll live a lot happier too. And if you want to get A-class people working with you and in your organization, you better be willing to share the wealth. You got to be willing to pay the pony, pay the proper. You got to pay the money. These fucking people want to work right now with pandemic and the fucking mandate vaccine shit they're talking about or whatever. Like, people are leaving amazing jobs, making real money to go work somewhere else for less. And these are amazing people. They're not leaving because they suck. They're leaving because they have morals. They're leaving because they're saying no. They stand for something. It's an amazing time to pick off amazing talent. Question is, do you have the balls to do it? Are you focused on value or cost? You know, it's always funny to me. People come to me like, Mark, how much you pay people? I overpay every single person in my company. Every fucking single person I overpay. Why? Because I don't care about the money. I care about the results. And if you pay people to get massive results, the money will always take care of itself because these people know how to make money. These people want to get up and work. These people own this shit. They're amazing. But the old Mark would never have these people on his team. You guys understand? I have salespeople paying $40, $50, $60,000+ a month. I have COOs making massive residual check, massive money. The old Mark would never do that. I would try to figure out how to pay less, work more. I wrote a book about it called Magician vs. Mule. I started working on me to get what I wanted. So this is where you're at today, thought out to where you want to be a year from now. And you got to start taking baby steps to get there, because this is not something you just wake up and say, fuck it, I'm paying $200,000 a year for this person. It's not like that. Because you're going to freak out month 1, month 2, month 3 at the worst case scenario. What you need to do is you need to ease your way in your buying habits. You need to ease your way in understanding your behaviors of how you act or react in or both with money. I know a lot of people, dude, money's not everything. Well, why does it control every single fucking thing you do then? See, when you look, money just will flow. Focus on the controllables. You're the controllable. If you don't have money, it's not because money doesn't exist. It's because you're not allowing it to exist. You're holding things wrong. You're positioning things wrong. You're buying into bullshit. Dude, I'm all about patience. Patience, my ass. You can say all you want, but I've never met a fucking entrepreneur that's patient. Ever. Now, I'm not saying patience won't serve you well long term, but you got to be impatiently patient. You got to be fucking on it like white on rice 24/7, right? So I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but I want you to understand this. If you only focus on cost, you're thieving from yourself and everyone you love and care about in life. I would never be where I'm at in my life as the old Mark. Not even remotely close. I wouldn't buy the Ferraris and the Rolls Royces and the big houses and fly private and take care of my family the way I do. It's not just materialistic. It's time. I have time. I have money coming in every day, every second, every hour of the day to be able to give me the time to do what I love to do. I love to help people. It's something I get great joy out of. But the right people. That's why this podcast show exists. For free. Because a lot of you don't understand the difference between value and cost. Right now, you think you're getting, oh yeah, dude, this is awesome. I'm getting pumped up. It's free. Well, your life's not free. Your future's not free. This podcast show may be free, but you need to get in my world, in other people's world, that we understand value. You need to hire people, get in their networks, get in their mastermind groups, invest in the jet trips and all this shit that we do, and get around high-level people that are investing in themselves. Because it's a very, very small percentage. There's a lot of fucking people out there online fronting and faking. I promise you that. But when you, like, for example, I'm getting ready to do a jet trip. By the way, I'm getting ready to do a jet trip from Cleveland, Ohio to Orlando the first or second week of November. I think it's November 7th through the 9th. It's going to be, I don't even know the amount, but it's not bad. But it's you're going to be on the jet with, 10, 12 other people. And we're going to talk about life, business, success, be around great people. Everyone's paying to be a part of this. And then we're going to fly in and we're going to hang out in Orlando at my buddy's mastermind group talking about 7-8-figure deals in real estate and business. This isn't just about real estate, by the way. This is get around money. If you have money, be there. If you have real estate desires, be there. We're talking about big commercial stuff. You can't even pay to be in this. This is only for his mastermind, but he's doing this for me because I'm speaking at the event. And then you get to fly on the jet 2.5 hours each way. So we have 5 hours on the jet together. We're going to do some other cool shit together. But dude, it's impossible. Whatever the cost is, it's impossible not to create massive value for you. For the people that show up, again, I could have 500 people raise their hand and say they're in. And I say, oh, it's 10 grand. They're like, I'm out. That's too much. Man, I thought this was going to be affordable. Well, to do the jet, it's cost me 100 G's. So what's affordable? See, you always can create an excuse of why this shit can work or not work for you. But don't you just ask yourself, if you're on a jet for 5 hours with people that all paid to be there, don't you think just accidentally you could generate some ideas, generate some money making? You could generate one fucking connection. It could change your life. Literally. I've seen it happen every single trip I've ever done on the yacht or the jet. That's why I keep doing it. It's life altering and changing for every single person on that fucking thing. But most people look at the cost and just discount it. Can't do it. Nope, I just don't have time, man. I'm too busy. Too busy doing what? Saving money? Cutting cost? Preserving cash? Working on a project that you've been fucking procrastinating for the last 5 years? When you quit making fucking excuses of why you play the level you play at, your game will change to the next level. But until then, you're going to keep living in misery. You're going to keep wallowing in fucking pain. I always picture like, you're in hell and it's full of glass on the floor. You're butt naked. Some people walk. Some people run. Some people jump. But most people crawl around and roll around. This hurts. I can't get out of here. As opposed to just stand the fuck up, man up, gal up, whatever you want to do, and get the fuck out of there. And let's kick this up to another level. By the way, if this jet experience sounds amazing to you, private message me at Mark Evans DM on Instagram and say, yo, Evans, jet trip, Orlando, let's go. I want to roll with you. I want to help you. If you want to help yourself, I can help you. I have connections. The people on that jet will definitely fucking have connections. It will be epic, but only if you have the balls to take the next step or the guts. So I have to get to bed. It's crazy, crazy late. And, but this show is very important to me. And I could talk to you for hours and hours on things, moments in my life that changed when I stopped focusing on cost, stepped my game up, bought nicer clothes, went to nicer events, did the things. And I feel better. I look better. I feel better. I think better. I mean, what the fuck's the problem? Why? We've all been trained and programmed many different ways, but this is one I see hurting a lot of amazing people, a lot of amazing people. And that may be you. And if it is, I'm sharing with you how to get out of it. Take the steps, start thinking about value, and start implementing it in your life and enjoy the process. So again, with that said, thinking about you guys, 5-star review on iTunes, 5-star review on Amazon. Get over there. If anything I'm sharing with you is making a change in your life, share it. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thinking about you guys. This is what it's about, making moves. That said, make today count.
I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. And I come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. They should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose. Yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm Mark Evans DM. Deal maker, deal maker, deal maker, DM project.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.